Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. Today I wanted to do a quick video on potting soil. Now, all of the soil that I have right now is out of my garage. It's freezing outside, it's in the teens right now, and so we're going to have to deal with the disaster that is my garage. So the reason I wanted to do this video on potting soil is today I want to go upstairs. I need to repot some of the vegetables that are in my grow room, and I'm going to separate out a basket of houseplants that I got. So I've done a little bit of research on potting soil and came up with several different answers. So I think I want to run an experiment, at least with the vegetables. Now, some people who I really trust that I talk to who've grown plants forever, they just like the regular potting soil. Now, I use regular potting soil. I use the Miracle Grow moisture control, and I've really liked it except for the fungus gnat issue. Every time I bring potting soil into the house, we get a new batch of fungus gnats. So I've been experimenting with boiling water, to sterilizing it with boiling water. That's worked mostly. And then I use mosquito bits to get rid of the rest of them. Now, I wanted to try to also make my own soil, and I've never made my own soil before, so I found a video from Plantarina that talked a little bit about it. And she liked the 60-40 mix that she does, and it's 60% peat moss or coconut coir to 40% of, something with good drainage, something like perlite or pumice. So I went shopping, found some stuff, and I wanted to show you what I'm going to mix together. And then we'll experiment with my veggies and see what grows better. So let me show you what I have. Now, I've talked in the past about how peat moss is non-renewable. It comes out of peat bogs, and once we run out of peat out of the peat bogs, that's going to be the end of it. Coconut coir is definitely renewable, but it seemed to me to be harder to find until I saw a Facebook post where somebody pointed out that on Walmart they were having a sale on coconut coir. Now here is what they sent me. I got 3 of them, and it seemed pretty small, so I didn't know how much it would expand. So I looked on the instructions, and it had it in a wheelbarrow. So I thought, okay, maybe it'll expand to a little bit more than I thought. So this is how much peat moss I got out of that 1 bale of coconut coir. I used 5 gallons of water and just slowly poured it over the coconut coir. And it's really quite a nice material. It was a little expensive. This much cost on sale. I think it was almost $12. Normally it looked like it was around $17 from Walmart. So we're going to try it out and see if I like it. Now, the next thing we need is a coarse material to add drainage. Now, I've used perlite quite a bit in the past. I don't like it that much. Especially this one, it's really fine. There's a lot of, as you can see the dust on my fingers, there's a lot of fine materials in this. And it tends to float to the top of the pot. So Plantarina suggested something else. Let me show you what she suggested. She suggested to use pumice. Now, pumice seems to be really difficult to find. I only found it in one place. I went to several nurseries and all over the place to find it. And there was only one specialist nursery that had even 1 bag of it. And it wasn't that cheap either. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it was not cheap. So we're going to try it this one time, see if I like it enough to pay for it and find another source for it. But for our purposes today, we're going to mix together 40% pumice and 60% peat moss. Now, Plantarina did add one other thing. She didn't specify an amount, so let me show you what I have over here. This right here is compost from my compost bin. I screened it. It's really nice and rich, but this will add nutrition. So she added quite a bit of compost, but she didn't specify exactly a percentage to add. So we're going to add a bit of compost to that. Plus we're going to add Now, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I do like Dr. Earth, and I also like Espoma, but this is what I found when I was out shopping. So we're going to add 60% of the peat moss. 40% pumice. This is what the pumice looks like. I like that there's no dust to it. And it's really coarse. That'll give a lot of good drainage. So that's approximately 60-40. An unspecified amount of my wonderful compost. And we added some fertilizer. So let's mix this up, see what it looks like. So right here we have Miracle-Gro potting mix with moisture control. And here we have what I just mixed up. They look quite similar, except for the Miracle-Gro has the perlite, and the perlite is not as coarse as the pumice. So we'll see how it works. Here's a close-up view of what I just mixed. Once more, that's the Miracle-Gro with the perlite. This is my mix: coconut coir, pumice, and compost. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure which one's going to be more expensive either. The pumice is quite expensive, but it looks like it's going to go a long way. I didn't even use a quarter of the bag. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to use for my potting soil. I'm going to head upstairs and create another video where I pot up my vegetables. Plus I have an arrow garden that does not use soil. So we're going to do an experiment with that and see if I prefer to grow vegetables indoors using the arrow garden or hydroponics, or keep them in pots like I've had them in the past. I'm also going to create a very short video series on the houseplants that I have. I'm going to show you what I have, and then we're going to separate out this basket that I got and pot those up and see how we do. Now, I am not excellent with pots. I'm getting better. I've been researching and studying and learning and having some failures that I'm learning from. So I'm not the expert on houseplants. I'm not the expert on potting soil, but hopefully we can learn about this together. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe, share them with your friends, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.